I'm going to show you how to make the best mixed grill with tender lamb chops, juicy steak, flavorful chicken kebabs, grilled wings, kefta kebabs, and a melt in your mouth lamb shank. This ultimate grilled meat platter is served with chimichurriand and a fresh pineapple salad. Perfect for barbecue fans and meat lovers craving a restaurant style mixed grill feast packed with smoky flavor and juicy tender meats. Without further ado, let's get started. Chef presents. First, we're gonna make a marinade for the chicken. Fresh paste of garlic, some of the juice of fresh lemon. This is a yogurt based marinade, so I'm gonna use some of the natural yogurt. Now for the spices, I've got here smoked paprika, red chili, turmeric, cumin, coriander, some of the black pepper, a good pinch of salt in there. And just to bring everything together, I'm gonna use some of this oil. Now you just wanna give this everything a really good mix. Have a little bit of taste and adjust anything if you need to. So I'm not gonna use all of it, I'm just gonna remove some for later use. Here I've got chicken breast that has been cut into cubes, and I'm also using some of the wings. Give everything a really good mix. You want to cover this and leave it to marinate for overnight. For our Moroccan style kefta, here I've got a mix of beef and lamb. It has at least 15 to 20% fat. In that I'm gonna throw in shredded onion. Now the green chili is totally optional, you don't have to use it. We're also going with a mix of parsley and coriander, light touch of oil. Now for the spices, we got here cumin, paprika, salt, black pepper, coriander, some of the chili flakes, turmeric, and a pinch of cinnamon. All goes straight in. If you got a bit of the ras el hanout, you could also throw that in. And finally, I'm using some of the finely chopped garlic. Using your hand, you want to give this a really good mix. One of the best Moroccan kefta that you guys gonna try. You know, it's one of my favorites. You can see everything has come together. You know, if you want, you can have a little bit of taste. Needs a pinch of salt. We're gonna leave this to marinate for overnight. Now I'm gonna prep our chipotle and herb butter. So here I've got salted butter, which is, you know, nice and soft. First, I'm going with this chipotle paste. It's got nice, sweet, smoky flavor. Some of the parsley. And I've got here chives, light touch of black pepper. And here I've got some of the chicken seasoning and a good pinch of the MSG. And I'll just mix up everything and combine it properly. So look at that, that's exactly what we're looking for. Now this is an extra step that I like to do. Turn the butter into a log and then just fold it up nice and slow. Leave it in the fridge to chill. It's gonna go perfect with our steak and lamb chops. For the chimichurri, which is a famous Argentinian sauce, first I'm going with the finely chopped parsley with the garlic. Now totally optional, but I like to use this finely chopped red chili as well. I like to use a mix of lemon and vinegar. Adds a bit more flavor. With the dried oregano, red pepper flakes, pinch of salt, pepper. And here's my secret, a light pinch of cumin. And finally, I'm going with a good touch of olive oil. Bring everything together. Now you can have a little bit of taste and adjust anything if you need to. Now once you mix that, you need to chill this for overnight so we can really develop on the flavor. Goes perfect with the steak, chops, grilled chicken, our delicious chimichurri. Done. A quick garlic chili sauce will go really nice with the chicken and the wings. Here we go, some of the hot sauce, mayonnaise, going with some of the natural yogurt, garlic granules, red chili flakes, some of the parsley, good touch of lemon juice, season with some salt and pepper. And finally, I like to use some of this smoked paprika and this mango sauce. Our amazing mango chili garlic sauce. Done. Our delicious pineapple salad. First of all, we're gonna slice the pineapple and cut into medium-sized cubes. Once you have sliced the pineapple, we need to make a bit salty. Go with a good pinch of salt, and in that we're gonna throw in the water and let this sit for around 15 minutes. Now I'm going with some of this red onion. Also for more flavor, I'm gonna use some of the spring onion. For a little bit of kick, I'm gonna use around half a red chili. Also gonna use some of this fresh mint. Stack them together and roughly chop. I'm just gonna remove this pineapple water, alright? So here we got all of our ingredients. Throw in the pineapple. Make sure to get rid of any excess water. Now to balance everything, I'm gonna use some of the brown sugar. It's gonna add a bit more flavor as well. Some of the fresh coriander. Micro zest of fresh lemon. And a little bit of the lemon juice, but nothing too crazy. Finally, I'm going with some of the pepper and a pinch of salt. And now you can garnish it with some of the sesame oil and these roasted cashew nuts. It's gonna add a bit of crunch to it, you know, a bit more flavor. Have a little bit of taste and adjust anything if you need to. Our delicious pineapple salad, done. For the lamb shank, first we're gonna sear it with a good touch of oil. Oil nice and hot, we're going with our lamb shank. There's no seasoning on it, nothing. We're just gonna sear it like that. And now just turn it always away from you. Exactly what we're looking for. We're just gonna sear it from the other side and this side as well. So it's beautifully seared. Now we're going with our ginger, garlic, some of the salt, black pepper. And in that we're gonna throw in the water. Now cover and bring this to pressure. So this has come to pressure now and the pressure valve has been closed. Now we're gonna let this cook for around 35 to 40 minutes under pressure. We want the lamb shank to get nice and tender. So it's been around 35-40 minutes. Let's open the pressure. So the lamb is nice and tender now. You don't want to break this, just carefully remove it. Now with this leftover liquid, you could make some rice. Gonna brush it with some of our marinade, just a light touch, you know. Light pinch of salt, pepper, and some oil. Now this goes in a preheated oven at around 200 Celsius. I'm gonna leave it there for around 15 minutes until we have a beautiful color. Let's skewer our kefta and the chicken. I've removed the mixture from the fridge at least 15 minutes. I'm gonna grab a handful mixture and turn it into a ball. Use a bit of water when needed. Slowly place it onto your skewer and start to work it down. Make sure to turn around as you're doing it, Make sure the mixture is equally divided on both sides. And just do this motion that I'm doing with the fingers just to ensure it's properly placed onto the skewers. This mixture is enough for at least 3 skewers. Perfect, that's exactly what we're looking for. Like I said, use a bit of water when needed. Again, for our chicken kebab, I'm gonna place it onto the skewer one by one and make sure there's a little bit of space, in between. You could actually make 2 skewers, but I'm just gonna use one. Again, that's exactly what we're looking for. Let's cook these. I'm using oven grills for the kebabs. You could also barbecue them, use whatever. Give it around 2 minutes on each side, and then you can do around a minute on each side, because they're gonna start cooking faster. Let's start adding a bit of the oil. Oil is gonna help us achieve that beautiful color as well, and at the same time it's gonna keep it nice and juicy. Make sure to do it from both sides whenever needed. Our Moroccan kefta kebab is ready now. Looks so delicious, nice and juicy. Using a tissue paper, I'm gonna carefully remove it, cover it properly, so it stays nice and warm, and of course leave it in a warm place. Our Afghan chicken kebab is ready now as well. Careful, it's hot. Nice juicy chicken pieces. Cover and leave in a warm place. Now we're gonna sear the wings, get a bit of char on them using my favorite cast iron grill. Heat is around medium high. I'm gonna spray with a good touch of foil. I can feel the grill is nice and hot. Let's run the wings. You could just air fry them, but this is gonna add a bit more flavor. Around 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Let's start turning these beautiful char. Remove these onto an oven tray. Any leftover marinade I'm just gonna throw onto the chicken. Let touch of foil. And this goes in a preheated oven at around 200 Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes until they're completely done. Turn them halfway if needed. Wings are done now, they look so delicious. Again, I'm gonna cover and leave them in a warm place. Let's cook our lamb chops and steak. Turn the heat on medium high, get the pan nice and hot. Good touch of foil. Lamb chops and the steak are at room temperature, by the way. If you got some fat cap, you need to render that. I've seasoned it with a bit of salt, that's it. We're gonna give it around 2 minutes on each side. This is lamb, so it's super tender, and it really depends on you, if you like a medium rare, well done, Make sure everything is touching the pan, for a beautiful sear. Now we're going with our compound butter, and I'm just gonna baste these. Look at that, all the flavor. Now for our steak, again, nice and clean pan, good touch of foil. And again, I've seasoned our steak with a good pinch of salt, that's it. So these are 0.8 thick cut steaks, something you need to bear in mind, especially if you're cooking a medium rare, etc. Always away from you. And make sure everything is touching the pan. Same with this baby, always away from you. Any fat cap, you can render it. These are sirloin steaks, by the way. We're gonna let this cook for around 2 minutes, on each side. Let's turn these. Beautiful sear on the steak. Exactly what we're looking for. Going with some of our compound butter. Some of the rosemary. Just tilt your pan slightly and we're gonna baste it, Once you turn that, we just wanna cook it for another 2 minutes and then we're gonna remove it. It's all done. Don't want to overcook the steak, Just gonna leave it to rest for at least 7 to 8 minutes. Let's plate up our mixed grill. First we're going with our kefta, then we got our delicious lamb chops, our juicy steak, and of course our tender lamb shank. And how can we forget our chicken kebabs and the wings? I'm serving it with some of the chimichurriand, perfect for barbecue, family dinners. Oh, you guys definitely need to try this. Our delicious mixed meat platter, done. Alright guys, let's try our mixed grill. Looks amazing. First I'm gonna try our salad. Bismillah. Wow. Very nice flavor on this salad. Onions, chili, cashews goes really well with this pineapple. Wow. Let's try our steak now with some of the chimichurri. Perfectly cooked steak. So nice and juicy. Bismillah. Honestly, you haven't tried a mixed grill like this before. Wow. Steak is so nice and juicy, and this chimichurri takes it to the next level. Absolutely mouth-watering. Let's try some of the Moroccan kefta. Bismillah. Wow. Kefta is nice and juicy, packed with so much flavor. Let's try with some of the sauce. Wow. Let's try with delicious lamb chops now. Wow. The compound butter has done a great job, you know. Tastes so delicious. The lamb chops really melts in your mouth. Bismillah. Let's try with some of the chimichurri. The juicy lamb chops, steak, wings. I'm just lost for words. Chicken kebab. Bismillah. Wow. Doesn't that look amazing? Even the wings are cooked to perfection, along with the garlic chili mango sauce. So much better than takeaway. Or finally, it's time to try our lamb shank. Bismillah. So nice and tender. Very nice flavor from the marinade, you know. Gonna try with some of the chimichurri. And a bit of that chimichurri there. I really hope you guys will enjoy this recipe with your family and friends. Please do me a favor and get this video to 5,000 likes. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make subscribe, make sure you like. Inshallah, see you next time. Until then, salam. Make for your mom. Make for your dad. Make for your family. Enjoy.